Hello, you absolute lovelies. We are back for March Koicast. It is the month of St. Patrick's Day. It is spring/93 degrees. It is time to talk about tech and movies, everyone's favorite conversation. Plus, Jake is here to defending itself. How are you this week?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little irritated right off the bat that you were like, oh, it's the month of St. Patty's Day. Like, that's the most important thing in March. It's not the 6-year anniversary of Koicast today. It's not my birthday month. Okay, for somebody
you
who
got like 2 weeks.
For somebody, you start bitching about your birthday in
3 months
August.
Out. Like 3 months. I gotta be ready. What are you doing for it?
Listen, I think from now until 50, it's just we're gonna go to
the park.
We're gonna go to the mountains, just get a cabin and just.
Cute.
We did it last year. I think that's just gonna that's my birthday thing.
Did you have people or did you just like?
No, just Alexandra.
Just like that. We don't have to
nobody
stress about
cares.
planning.
Nobody.
I care. I'm asking because I care.
All right, listen.
This is real time caring.
If you're in your 40s and you're inviting people to your birthday party, you get over it.
Well, you got 4 years until you bitch about me doing it. 3 actually, till 40 even, and you better believe 40 onward, I'm still having birthday parties. They might be in the woods suddenly, but
yeah, no, we'll see. It's 43. It's just some of them just seem not as important.
I mean, I hear that as someone who just turned 37. Like 37, I was like, I'm not going to throw. I almost had a Kevin Smith theme party, but I thought that'd feel a little too on the nose.
Here's the thing is, last year we made a bigger deal of the 5-year anniversary of Koicast because 6 year doesn't seem as expensive.
So likewise, birthday.
Do you know what I mean?
St. Patrick's Day, big every year. Yeah, it is the 6 years. Which
Duger 13 in the chat says, "Damn, I should have sent in a 6-year anniversary song." Well, we could play it next month.
Yeah, we're ready for Deep August at all times.
By the way, super exclusive patron only live stream. If you want to join us for whenever we record these and tell us how handsome we are and how wrong we are about pop culture, then the only way you can do that is via patreon.com/Koicast. You need to sign up and become a patron, but you don't need to be a paid patron. You can just sign up for free and still get access to the live stream, and not only access to the live streams as they happen, but all live streams that have happened.
And that's hundreds. And in each of them, we do.
It's not hundreds. We haven't done 100 live streams. We only started live streaming not that long ago.
Okay, that's true. That's true. There's hundreds of.
There's probably like 10. I don't know. How many live streams has we done?
Hundreds. I bet patron episodes. If you become a patron,
sure,
there's hundreds of patron episodes.
Yeah, but I'm trying
that is a money.
I'm trying to incentivize people to just go and join it for free.
Just come
once a month. You'll get a little notification, and ittle be like 10 minutes before we go live.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, they're doing that right now. Because
suddenly we didn't know.
Send notifications ahead of time.
Because we end up texting, like last Monday, I texted Jake like, "Oh no, panic! It's 1 p.m." And he's like, "Yeah, it's because we're filming next week." And I was like, "Oh, good." So that's kind of our schedule. We just panic at each other, which works out.
Detective McCarstle says, "Woo, I actually made it."
Michael McCarstle's now a detective. He got promoted.
How are you?
I'm very tired in a way that I feel like is heat based, overwork based, but also I haven't been scheduling my. I've been scheduling my downtime. Usually when I have downtime, I like do relaxation. Like I do the things that I know are going to refill me.
You have to book yourself.
I have to months out.
Yeah.
And instead I keep having time where I'm like, do I have 3 hours free or did I just forget everything in my life? And then I'm like at a level of anxiety for all those 3 hours where I'm like, did I leave the stove on? So I haven't really been at rest in a long time.
Okay.
So I'm just tired.
I could get that. I'm same. Still doing a lot of work on my movie mixed with my work.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm making money off of. And so I'm just I'm constantly in a production mindset where I'm either like prepping for the next thing that I'm shooting for my movie, doing post for my movie, which I'm like slowly doing because there's no rush to do that. But I'm like, oh, if I have something fun and I want to edit it, you know? And I think that has done like something to my brain where I am just like, oh no, I need, like, I'm doing that thing where you like hurt yourself to get time back by like staying up too late at night, or you know, so I've been doing that
what do they call that? Procrastination. Something.
No, yeah, like revenge.
Like for like 2 hours in bed, you're like, this is my time. But then the next day,
I just started playing a video game, and I was like, I was just gonna go to bed at like 3 o'clock tonight because I want to play a game for 3 hours, and it's midnight, and I don't want to go to bed.
And the next 5 days are screwed. Also,
you did mention the heat. You'll notice it is the first ever window open Koicast. I apologize if you hear the sound of the freeway. I know that you guys can't see what's out there, but the AC is broken in the Dragon's Den. So that's
living our best lives, folks. We're doing our best.
We're doing the best we can.
It's beautiful outside. That helped my mood.
Nice. It's nicer today than it was or 2 days ago was the most brutal.
Which is when I was outside doing interviews on the roof of Griffith.
That was it. Because we went from winter, like the legitimate
coldest.
LA, like we were in bundle. It was like 42 degrees.
Yeah, which does not happen here. And I know that sounds silly, but that is cold here.
2 days after it was 42 degrees, it was 82 degrees.
It hit 93.
That don't make sense.
When I was on the roof of Griffith, and I didn't know that I could feel that hot. Like, it was blinding and hot. Anyway, it's what inspired this episode's theme. I loved Project Hail Mary. I cannot yet review Project Hail Mary. The review will be on the 10th, but my social review is up. There's a line in the sand about length of review. But instead of talking about Project Hail Mary, which I can't, I will say that 2 of my favorite movies this year are both from Amazon MGM. And my favorite shows, consistency-wise, have been from Apple. So I thought it'd be interesting to talk about how are tech bros going to save movies while the other side of tech bros are destroying it. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of look at this new era.
Okay, so the question,
is there a positive?
The thesis is flawed because I get it. You're clickbaity, our tech bros, but
this is life now.
But at what point are these no longer tech companies?
Well,
at what point is Amazon? Yeah,
and Apple certainly is still. Those are 90% tech.
Yeah, I mean, isn't at this point Amazon like a real estate company more than anything else?
They don't have a lot of land. They have
with factories.
Yeah, they're retail, but through technology. Like, I'd still say the weight of their skill is technology.
Actually, do you know what they really are? Is they're a data company. There's a really great YouTube channel, and they're just like a website called More Perfect Union, who does these really great like video essays on just things that are happening in the world. And I watched one recently where they broke down like the actual revenue, and Amazon makes the least amount of money through retail purchases. That's the smallest part. You know the most amount of money that they make? Selling data space on servers.
Oh,
because they essentially own internet now.
Yeah.
Because they have acquired so much server space and data processing centers that the majority of their money comes from the fact that they have monopolized like companies who need to rent out or buy space for hosting internet.
Yeah.
That's the biggest amount of money that they make, like by a pretty substantial margin.
You know what I would argue data is? Tech.
No, you're right. 100%. I went full circle.
So I think these both apply.
No, yeah. Anyways,
we've talked a lot about the doom and gloom that is totally warranted. I'm not saying it's not. We talk a lot about the negative. I had my first realization during Project Hail Mary, and arguably during like The Rip and a few of the other more bold, they don't make them like they used to kind of movies,
right,
that tech companies, when they have the bottom line that can take the risks that movie studios used to, are now doing the riskier films. And I think that's really interesting because on we have this polarity, right? On one side, it's companies that can take the risk that are tech-based. On the other side, these algorithm bros are going the other way where they're not taking risks. They're only greenlighting sequels. They're only, consuming IP.
Sure.
So I think we're going to have a more polarizing thing, but I think there is, and this may just be by optimism, but I had a really interesting thing. This is only the second episode we filmed since Spidey Cat passed away. And that first month was apathy in a way that I've never felt. I thought I couldn't do this job anymore because I was like, I don't feel enough to do anything.
I just don't
passionate.
care.
Yeah, if you don't care about anything, you can't care verbally.
I miss my friend. Nothing else matters.
And it was so hard to be like, will I ever care about anything enough to be losing sleep at night, researching? Do I want to invest in like studying someone's career for 5 hours to talk to them for 10 minutes? Like, there has to be passion to do this job, especially the way I like to do it. I didn't know if that was going to be a past tense me, and I was really apathetic. And then I decided to watch a lot of like angry stuff. So like I wasn't finding solace in comedy. I wasn't finding joy in horror, but anger I found in Succession, and Succession really helped me because
interesting.
It's a really angry at tech bro show.
Right.
And it is, you're watching these people suffer, but you find empathy, but not enough to not hate them.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a second, this is kind of opening my eyes to the world we're in, which is so tech company based, these giant mergers. It obviously affects these companies I work with and movies I watch. And then it hit me like, I'm starting to connect in a different way. Maybe it's a more mature way. Maybe it's a more like world aware way. But the art that's hit me most this year, Sony made 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. That is a giant tech company.
And also the one previous, because they were essentially the same time.
The 1 and 2 part movie.
Right.
Those movies hit me like a brick wall. My next biggest 2 are Project Hail Mary, which is Amazon MGM, and Crime 101. So the companies that are making this stuff are those things. But then we hear all of these other sides, which are totally valid.
Right.
That it's all an algorithm, it's all getting plugged in. So as someone who was describing their mental state as listening to the music on the Titanic, I'm trying to pivot out of that.
Right. So I guess my thought process is always this, and I guess my original thing of like, well, are they really a tech company or are they really whatever? Because it's still a film division of a tech company.
Sure.
And it's still an umbrella. And the people like this is not me, by the way, trying to not doom and gloom the Paramount thing either, just so you know. I'm not like taking Paramount's side. But like the people who were greenlighting movies before a merger are the same employees greenlighting movies after a merger.
Right.
They just work for a different company now. And yeah, the way money gets shifted and maybe the types of projects or the amount of projects that exist might change due to said mergers. But like we have to have at least a little bit of hope that like the people who brought us things will bring us things. And the other part of that is like not all these companies that we are hanging our hats on are making the movies. Some of these are just distribution models. And at the end of the day, like there's going to always be like an independent for you saying like, oh, your 2 favorite movies were from these 2. My 2 favorite movies last year were just completely independents. Like I'd watch those 2 over any of the big studio pictures from last year. And I think that like, my positivity comes from that. Like I was so angry when the Paramount thing was announced and everybody was like, well, rest in peace, Hollywood. Hollywood's dead, is dead. And I'm like, okay, yes, be angry. This is a shitty thing. We need to ensure, which by the way, it's not a done deal, which I don't know.
It's going to take months to even know if it's a done deal.
And also there's the California legislators. There's 2 of them who are already fighting it. They're saying that it breaks all these different laws and they're going to fight it every step of the way. I don't know the names of that role. It's like the FCC, but for California, it's like the state
CCC.
The SCC. I don't know the state.
No, it might be.
But I've lost my train of thought. But in any case, what I was saying was like, people are not going to stop wanting to see these stories and look at what's happened. Look at the fact that like the big risk movies are the ones that are being talked about
Sinners
right
just
now. Like we have 2 horror movies who just won a bunch of like, the SAG, the actor awards or the hell they are.
Which is such a funny, I'd never heard them called that.
Well, it's just started.
But like, I
think
didn't hear about it until like the week of, like I didn't hear them change it.
Right.
So all of a sudden I was like, what are those?
It seems like a reverse step to just add in AFTRA because they were
retroactively
like,
10 years later.
We don't want to call it the SAG Awards anymore because it's SAG-AFTRA.
But it's been SAG-AFTRA for a decade.
I know.
Like I was a member of SAG before it was SAG-AFTRA a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know. A couple quick things from the chat. Since there's a little delay, obviously. Duger says Tech Bros does sound better than Data Bros. Then he says Data Douches. Michael McCarstle, it's almost like art is actually supposed to make us feel things and process our lives. Yeah, who'd have thought? Also, Doug McKinney, aka Darth Vadad, happy birthday to his youngest. It's the 17th. It's also the 6th birthday of Koikast.
Woo woo.
Darth.
So your kid was 11 when we were born.
We have the same birthday. Anyways, he goes on. He says, I can't bring myself to watch all the stuff that's on TV and in theaters about awful people, no matter how good it is.
That's how I feel mostly. Yeah, like normally I don't like that, but when I was angry, I needed it. It was interesting, like what craving I had, like a pregnant woman.
Right. And then he says this, which I love. He says, fewer and fewer people are going to be, quote, in the industry as these mergers keep happening. We need to get to the point where creators go out and team up to make new companies. And that is ultimately the big, like,
artist equity, call. Right? Like
exactly. And this is what I'm talking about where it comes to like independent. I think, and I'm a victim of, or not a victim, a culprit of this as well. Like we throw independent out and that means so many different things.
Yeah.
Some people think independent movies means me.
Yeah.
Like I just have a camera and I went out and made a movie.
There's so few of those.
Yeah, but independent just means like not one of these 3 companies.
Right.
Used to be 6. Now it's, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's really all it means. Huge, big budgeted projects can also be independent movies. There's
Right.
movies that are made that are millions of dollars. And those, the thing that's going to have the most effect on those is going to be distribution models,
Right.
not development deals. And I think that like, as long as like independent, filmmakers have distribution models that work, we'll be fine. The problem is we're getting it from both ends because the studios are having a problem and the distribution models.
Right.
I'm more
Kevin's touring
concerned.
his movies like all year now, like
I know.
all year.
And I'm more concerned, to be perfectly honest with you, with the distribution problem than the corporate mergers. The corporate mergers need to be stopped, and we need to get rid of all these monopolies, and they're too big to fail, and all this bullshit is problems. But the worst problem is streaming has destroyed theaters and
Right.
the theater-going experience,
I'm
the streaming
focused on the
experience, all of
exhibitor
that
side.
stuff. Yeah. And I think that is really like that's the true like RIP Hollywood posts that people should be.
Which
know?
that isn't the message that people are saying in
No,
all
of
of
course.
this.
No.
And I don't, and again, I will caveat this entire episode. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying we don't look at the things that are positive coming out of it. And
Right.
we've talked about it with Apple a fair amount. And I think Apple's our easiest,
so
cleanest cut
what's-
example.
I mean, we can just, take wild, uneducated guesses. What makes them better? Why is Apple and in fairness, we say that our favorite things are from Apple because we're not watching everything. I'm sure there's
True.
some garbage on there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we just happen to have a good
But
ratio.
I would say
right
the
now.
averages, like
Right.
if you look at
Sure.
if they've got 10 shows and we love 7 of them, that's way better than 100 shows and liking
Well, I think they have a lot more than 10 is the point I'm trying to get at. But
30, 21.
Regardless,
Ratio. Yeah.
it feels like a percentage game is in their favor.
100%, especially compared to something that has hundreds.
And why do you at least feel like it's hard for me to get on board with the whole like Amazon part of this about like, because I just think that it's still going to be a crapshoot. But like, why do we think they're better?
I think they have more of a ability to risk. I think they can lose hundreds of millions of dollars a year because they have billions of dollars. Like Apple, for example, uses it as a marketing leg. Like it's not even like a cost.
No,
for them.
it's literally they operate at a loss because it's cheap. Yeah,
And then-
they make up their money elsewhere.
And
essentially.
Amazon wants like Oscars. It seems like they want like to be reputable. They want.
Do you think?
I think that's what they're starting to do. Like I think they're like Netflix 5 years ago, where Netflix was like, "Hey, love us," and now it's like Amazon.
Hey, we worked with Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, like look what we did. We gave money to good art. And I
Right.
think Amazon wants to be taken seriously. And I think Amazon also has, I mean, these are literally multi-billion-dollar a year companies. Losing 100 million is nothing.
100%. Yeah, and
So I think that's why they can make riskier art. I think art needs to be risky.
So
in
is that
this
what you
age.
think? Do you think that what makes them different is that they are currently taking risks?
Yeah, look at like the average. The reason movies are not good is when they're boring or like the 7th
Right.
sequel or all these things. What Apple's doing with all of the Shrinking and Ted Lasso and that whole subgenre they've really made popular. How expensive was Finn Gilligan's new show?
Right. All right. What is the opposite of this? Warner right now, Universal? Like,
Well, Warner Brothers
what's a
took-
big? Because I'm curious. What I would be curious to do is to look at the slate from 2025.
I would say the opposite is Netflix right now.
Netflix.
The last 2 years of Netflix versus the last 2 years of Amazon and Apple.
Netflix original films 2025. Like, I don't even know if
And this
there's
isn't me
probably
coming
so
at Netflix
many.
specific. It's just
No.
me thinking of the thing that is the opposite.
So, here, maybe I can share this so that I can scroll and that the viewers can see what I'm seeing, because this is a visual medium sometimes. When I remember that it's a visual medium. So let's see. Romantic comedy, Wallace and Gromit, stop motion. A lot of these also, it's just like, I don't even know what they are. Ad vitam, an action thriller, Sandcastle, Luca's World, The Witcher is an animated. I mean, the reality is like there might be risks in here that we're just not seeing. Oh, here we go. Wait. Also, let's sort by language, because I'm realizing a lot of these are. I sorted by language. Let's go to the English section, just because that's probably
Stuff we might have more awareness.
Yeah, I don't even know these movies.
That's kind of my point.
Havoc. Do you like that one? Right?
I did.
That one you talked
Tom
about?
Hardy's great in it.
Havoc. Do you think that that's risky?
I mean, you've got a pretty bankable star and a pretty bankable
Right.
director, but it is like a crime thriller a la
Yeah.
The Rip. Like it's doing the Dad Saturday TNT movie thing.
Right. Obviously, Nanas did not do very well. That was their unfortunate letdown guy from Swingers. What's his name? Vince Vaughn.
Oh, I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, not great. But they did K-pop Demon Hunters. That was very successful.
But that was a Sony Animation movie they acquired.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Distribution model, not.
But they didn't
production.
develop it.
100%.
So that's a bold development.
And then some Old Guard 2,
which I didn't even know came out. I liked the first one.
Categorized as superhero, not action.
That's funny. I liked the Old Guard one. Didn't even know the second one came out.
They're still making Medea movies.
Tyler Perry's printing money.
Gilmore 2. Ooh. Night Always Comes. That's
what this is my point. Like
Thursday Murder Club was amazing. I guess my argument is that they probably are taking
volume.
Frankenstein. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. They probably are taking risks, but the percentage of their overall slate that's risky is less. Right.
So I would say,
let's see what's
Apple.
Apple. It would be Amazon because Apple didn't do a lot of movies.
That's fair.
So let's do like Amazon original films 2025. Let's see if I can't find. Let's sort by English again. Brad's Status. Why does that sound familiar? Oh yeah, that was the Mike Lars White movie that I didn't get a chance to see, but I want to. It still seems like a lot of the same, to be honest with you.
You might be right.
Guns
I have never
Akimbo, Bloodshot. That was 2020. No, these are 2020. Wait,
what the hell? I was like, those are years old.
Because I Googled 2025 and
okay, so now it's in chronological.
Premiere. This is annoying. It won't let me sort.
Oh, that's dumb.
Well, let's see. 2021. This makes for great radio.
Yeah, the silence.
All right, here we go. 2025.
Palpable.
Alrighty. We're in the 2025 edges now. The Guard, action, romantic comedies, You're Cordially Invited, the zany romp comedy, which, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible. It does seem like there's, lots of sequels, lots of action comedies.
So they did
do War of the Worlds.
It could be my own exposure.
Yeah.
And then that's obviously something I can't.
I think the irony is Prime and Netflix are probably more similar than you realize.
Right, but I'm only noticing
because I think Netflix is just more of a public thing. Like I think we use Netflix, we see Netflix more.
Also, Amazon has movies in theaters. Those are the ones I'm seeing. They're probably the better ones.
Yes.
I don't think of Amazon TV.
That's probably that's my very, very dirty guess at what is happening here. So I don't know. I don't know that necessarily there's a massive difference. It might just be that Apple's doing something great with TV, and that's kind of where we're at. That might be like the gist of it.
Yeah, I'd love to know what people think because obviously we're pretty plugged in. What you guys, whether it's on Discord or calling in at 818-794 or I don't remember the last four numbers.
Oh no, what'd you do?
It's been a long time. I don't remember
the phone number.
I totally did. That's real life.
I'm not even editing that out.
Nope. I have to live with this now. My own shame. I don't even know where to find it in all my folders. It's like all right.
Let's talk really quickly though,
please,
about our tech bro companies.
Yes.
Because Amazon, you said, is doing stuff in theaters, and that's what you're seeing.
Yes.
And do we think that there's a risk of them stopping that because it's the trend right now to just maybe not do that, or to just do the quick limited release so you can be nominated for shit? I mean,
they're pushing stuff theatrically. Like they're advertising theatrical. They seem to be. I think since the MGM acquisition, they've felt more like a studio.
Right.
Like Crime 101 got a real push. Project Hail Mary is getting a real push. And those are both this year. Those are both really recent.
Yeah.
But the MGM merger is really recent.
Right.
818-794-0722. 818-794-0722.
Darth Vadad in chat. There was one local theater that showed Frankenstein and the latest Knives Out, but it was too far north of me to go. Yeah,
there's a few in LA, but even here it's hard to find.
It's
here, the movie capital of the world.
Yeah, Netflix. Is it just simply like their business model started with like people don't leave the house. That's where our product is. Why are we going to make them go away? Yeah,
they come out and say it. Which is the opposite of MGM, which is now Amazon. So I don't know. And this is just me being optimistic. I do feel a shift in theatrical in a positive way of streamers starting to, I mean, even Netflix was saying like, we want to start doing more theatrical. Right. I hope that's true. This Paramount Warner Brothers acquisition, if it goes through, they want to do 15 movies each, so 30 movies in theaters a year. That's focusing on theaters. That's my focus.
Is that more or less than both of those studios did last year?
Well, it's about the same for WB, but more for Paramount.
Got it. Okay,
so it would be more overall.
Right. Okay.
And that's a net positive to me.
That was another thing that I was in that big merger when people were online and everybody up in arms. One thing that I was seeing a lot of, and some of the like industry insider folks that I like to follow and the YouTubers and all that stuff were stating like, here's the thing about the doom and gloom of like, these companies are merging. They're not merging. The conglomerate is like, they're going to both be under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be now called Warner Paramount or Paramount Brothers or whatever, right? There's still going to be two separate entities operationally.
Right. 20th Century Studios and Disney.
Right. And it's a bad deal.
They're in debt.
Yeah. And if anything, Netflix doing what they did drove the cost up to a point where it's a bad business decision.
And Netflix made a lot of money.
The likelihood is that the merger is just temporary anyway, if it does go through, because the likelihood is that the Warner will be more valuable to, is it Sky? I always want to call it Skynet. What are they called? Skydance is more valuable to them probably as an sellable asset. Kind of like, how they acquire, where it's like, hey, we have this thing that's worth a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Might be easier for us right now to just sell this company. There's a good chance that the company I work for is getting sold. And to my earlier point about like, I'm not going to get fired if that happens.
Right. It's just a new.
It's just people are going to, yeah, exactly. My check, the name of my check's going to be different.
Yeah.
But anyways, now I'm merging all my different points. But yeah, there's a good possibility that like, if this goes through, they lose a bunch of money and they go, all right, we're going to sell Warner again.
Yeah. And then that's like the 5th time in 10 years. Like Warner's been owned by everybody. And what's crazy is Warner just had their best year in like a century. Like Warner's been around forever. And I think last year was one of their best years ever. And every time we do Letterboxd, Warner Brothers is one of my, if not my top studio.
Yeah.
Like Warner Brothers makes incredible stuff.
They also feel, one, they're also an IP machine.
Yes.
And
but fresh IP a lot. They're really good at finding the new stuff. Like The Matrix is out of there, Lethal Weapon's out of there. Sinners is going to have a universe, like they're good at finding, they're good at continuing, but also launching.
That's fair. That's understandable. Yeah. I guess I was also thinking like when I think of Warner, I think of like it's staple filmmaking.
But it grows out.
Yeah.
Like it's continuing expanding.
It's also all of DC.
Yeah. Looney Tunes, all that. Like they have so much IP, but they don't stop original.
No, that's fair. That's a fair
I just want to give them their flowers because I'm really impressed with Warner Brothers in the last couple years.
I just want the fascists to get out.
I mean, I don't know if that can happen anywhere. That's every company.
It can.
Every big company.
Nobody wants to talk about how it's going to happen, but it can.
I mean, it has been.
Listen, let's just say I started this by saying I was like, oh, I'm going to play a video game. There's a reason why I decided to play the game I played. That it was literally like the day. I think it was the State of the Union, maybe, or it was some horrible day in American politics, and I was like, what's been sitting on my PlayStation 5 shelf for a while? I haven't played Far Cry 6 yet, which is all about like a resistance called Libertad and this taking over this dictator, and it's just like you play as this resistance fighter Donnie, and she's just this badass just killing fascists. And I'm just like, this is what I need right now.
And the movies that have been helping me have been like, death sometimes helps you appreciate life. And then like, I maybe need to leave the planet to have perspective change.
Yeah.
Like the optimism of I haven't watched an optimistic sci-fi in so long. Project Hail Mary being something that had hope was so refreshing in this age. And so I think that's part of this kind of like mental strain of like, we need more hope in our movies because of how dark it is right now, which hopefully elicits a renaissance of art. Like I think all artists are feeling the pressure, and that ties into the fascism. Like in times of fascism, artists thrive under we need to express. And I'm hoping we see a beautiful renaissance come out of this.
I mean, I think we're seeing it more with like, I feel like I know more newer musical artists.
Oh yeah, artists.
Easy for me to say. Listen, pronunciation was never my forte.
Linguists and artists?
I'm aware of more new artists now than I was 10 years ago because I feel like the art is being celebrated more mainstream. But really quickly, Michael McCarstle, detective, says, do we actually know that it won't all just be Paramount Studios? As much as we know any bit of the future, they have said
as much.
To Koi's point that they're going to make 15 movies as this and 15 movies as this. Was that the numbers? I can't remember.
That was the number. Yeah. That's the number I heard.
So we don't know anything. They might just fold the entire thing and both these companies might cease to exist, but let's hope.
I think for at least the beginning, what they're saying will be true. Obviously, I have no inside information at that level, but
Right.
I am very hopeful. Also, this is like we said at the very beginning, this is going to take a while if it happens.
Right.
So I'm just hoping we get the quality of content from Warner Brothers we got last year. I'm just hoping Amazon MGM keeps making bold stuff.
Right.
And I know it sounds dumb to say Crime 101 is bold, but we don't get mid-budget crime thrillers.
Right.
Like mid-budget film is a lost art.
It really is because of the distribution
Right.
model that we've spoken about. But no.
And
I
it
think
not doing well worries me.
Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about the independent movies that are Oscars last year. There's something about
Sinners in One Battle fighting it out for Best Picture right now. Like, and they're both head to head.
Yeah. Both big genre pieces.
Both rebellious as fuck.
And in recent years, I keep going back to Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Honora, and regardless of your thoughts of the movies themselves, like the movies that are having these big moments are all movies that are like, this
scrappy.
Thing they're a little bit scrappy. And even the ones that aren't scrappy, I feel like have a celebratory classic movie spirit, like Del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yeah,
where it's like Frankenstein felt like it felt like a big, giant, expensive movie from the 90s.
Yeah, it did.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it in the theater, but
same.
Well, from one big, giant corporate conglomerate to another.
Yes.
I still don't know if it's just the continuation or reboot. I haven't figured it out. But the relaunch of Daredevil.
I think that's intentional.
Yeah, season 2 of
Reborn.
Born Again will air before we do another episode.
Yes, it's out late this month.
And is it all of one drop, or is it going to be week to week?
It's supposed to be weekly.
Okay.
And so it'll be airing when we record again.
Yes, that's on Disney Plus.
Yes, and that is the homies.
So
Justin and Aaron killing it.
If you are familiar with the program, you know that, I don't know, 10 years ago or however long ago it was, not that, maybe 7. I just forgot to keep watching the Netflix shows, and I'm generally speaking, and you'll learn that some sacrifices were made, such a completionist that
I'm happy for you.
That I was like, well, I'm just never going to catch up. Alexandra really wants to watch the new Daredevil, and so we were like, fuck it, let's do it. So since the last time we recorded, maybe just before then it started, and I didn't know last time, we went back and caught up on all asterisks of the Netflix, we'll call it Netflix Defenders shows.
What's funny is the first thing I asked when he told me he did that was, will we have anything to talk about on the Patreon only pod? Because that is a lot of hours, dude.
It's a lot.
And
it's a lot.
Those
but we did it
still
over like a bunch. Here's the thing. Yeah, we didn't watch a lot of movies during this phase. But opposed to just talking about this on the Patreon only pod, I thought it would just be fun to kind of go through and get your thoughts now that I've finally given it, and maybe talk about, the failings and the successes
highs and lows
of them. Yeah. So what we had seen previously was Daredevil 1 and 2 and Jessica Jones 1. That was it.
Holy shit.
That was all we had watched.
A third.
That's barely. It's like not maybe a fifth.
Wow.
So
what a fun thing you just did.
We regrettably, wait, where's my little app? Regrettably opted to do some skipping.
Oh.
So I apologize, as much as I am madly in love with the actor who plays Luke Cage.
Didn't watch it at all?
It took a big dip real quick.
Wow.
And
I like the first half of season 1.
Same.
Okay.
And then I think we just decided, like, you know what? I don't think this is important to us right now. And then we skipped over Iron Fist, but I plan to rewatch it. I do want to go back. But we had to make sacrifices.
Season 2 of Jessica Jones dips for me. Season 3 is great.
Okay. So here's the thing is, yes. In my opinion, the only show that nails it 100% of the time is Daredevil.
100%.
It's so goddamn
3 for
good.
3.
Where's my Marvel TV show order? There it is. Great. I always want to see them in the order. So yeah. So the first thing that we watched back was Defenders.
Before Daredevil.
Because that's Defenders came after Daredevil.
Oh, you
season
didn't
2.
rewatch season 1 and 2.
No. We picked up from where we left off.
That's why I was like, what did
so
you
we
do?
just
Got it.
we did a little. We dipped our toe into the Luke Cage.
Got it.
We skipped over and Defenders. Defenders is a ton of fun, and I'm actually a little bit sad that there wasn't more of that because they were really fun to all watch together.
Yeah.
And I having Sigourney Weaver come in like elevates everything.
Always.
It's super fun, and it felt like, oh, this was the low level Avengers feeling where it's like, hey, we saw these people, except for me who didn't see one of them. But like
the use of color and
it was
like
really
tone.
nice, really fun. It felt to me like, oh, okay, before watching this, we really had only seen Daredevil, which is really grounded-ish. And then Jessica Jones, because of Kilgrave, is like mystical.
A little more heightened.
I'm like, yeah, this
Iron
helped.
Fist, way more heightened. But
yeah, but this kind of was like, well, there was a little bit of magic, a little bit of fun stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Big check mark. Really
Nice.
enjoyed Defenders. And then Punisher season 1.
Before we leave Defenders, I think it is one of the most unfairly maligned shows because of the quality of Daredevil. I think if people rewatched it now with how much medium content we've gotten, they'd appreciate it more.
I think
Defenders
is better than most of the non-Daredevil series that came after it.
I'd put Defenders over.
Also, it's shorter.
It is, and
which
it's
is
quick.
Fun.
I'd put it over all of Iron Fist. I'd put it over season 2 of Jessica Jones, season 2 of Luke Cage, the second half of season 1 of Luke Cage. Yeah, I'd put it over about half. It's about like right in the middle for me, which is higher than most MCU overall.
Sure.
Because I think Netflix Daredevil is better than 75% of the MCU.
Yeah. It's efficient.
Yes.
So Punisher season 1, one of the best of the whole bunch.
Comfortably.
It's so good. I also had no idea that actor from Everything That We Love from the Bear, it was named I'll never remember.
Moss Backrack.
Say it again.
Eben Moss Backrack.
Yeah, that guy. No idea he was in it.
Micro, dude.
Playing Micro. So good. Dream role for me. I'm so angry. I love that character.
Yeah.
That entire series is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And the actor who plays Billy is outstanding.
Forget Billy.
Billy's the villain. He's a Jigsaw.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Ben Barnes.
Outstanding. When the show first started, Alexandra and I were both like, he feels like because the one thing that we've realized the shows do so well, and I think it's the thing that sets actors apart when you watch a show and you go like, how come every time Kristen Ritter's on the screen, I'm enthralled? Not to say that the other actors are bad, but and there's a difference. Kristen Ritter, all of the leads, right? Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and additionally, the actor plays Foggy, and what's her place who plays Karen. Yeah. They are a slightly different brand of actor, and whoever casted these shows is brilliant because the rest of the supporting cast, almost in their entirety, are classic procedural actors, and that's not to taking a dig on them. It's literally they cast people who were fine in NYPD Blue and NCIS. The woman who plays Madani, she's great. But when those people are on the screen, it makes them feel like they don't belong in this world.
Right. It
which
elevates
is
them.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Like, and I don't know if it was even as intentional as they anticipated, but like there's certain people where I'm like, oh, like this feels like it's an intentional casting. Because that's the thing is everybody's like TV pretty.
Yeah.
In a way that even our leads aren't. Kristen Ritter is not TV pretty. Deborah Ann Wool, I mean, these women are the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, but like they're not Hellcat. Madani or the actress who plays Hellcat.
Who is very TV pretty.
Yes.
And like they're not scale, it's just a look.
No, it's a look. It is.
Charlie Cox isn't TV 100%. Handsome. He's handsome.
Billy is.
Billy 100% is.
Which is why I think he's so good because in the beginning of thanks for bringing me all the way back to my original point.
I knew where you were going once you started.
When the show starts, I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to spend that much more time with this guy. But the second we get that first flashback of them at war, you realize how good he is. And that whole series.
And you realize they're parallel.
He's just so good. Also.
Yeah, he's super slept on as an actor. Ben Barnes overall is great. And he's so stupid handsome.
I've also, but first season 1 of Punisher is amazing.
Second season dips for me.
Also, I think second season, it just like, people start making the worst decisions possible, and it's
Opening fight's great.
the second season they just do that annoying thing where they just don't tell each other things because it helps the story, but so many things can be saved with a phone call or a text.
Second season's like a bad miniseries where it's
Kinda.
like, I'm still enjoying Punisher.
It doesn't make sense. I liked watching it, but I was irritated because none of it made sense.
But the first season's so smart.
Yes. I think I have my Punisher Bernthal impression down now. The trick to a Punisher Bernthal, I've gotten 2 impressions from watching this now.
Okay.
And I think they're pretty good. And now I've hyped it up, and I'm afraid I'm going to be really bad. So now I just got nervous. I just got a nervous sweat because I'm performing. Okay. So if I turn up my New York, okay, I gotta really turn it up. I gotta get into the headspace of what it's like, the people I grew up with, the people that I'm around. Got everything really short, everything's really abrupt. You don't really say a lot of stuff. But then I gotta get a lower register. I gotta come down register. And then you gotta be out of breath. And you gotta put a little bit of grasp on there. And then you gotta say these 4 freaking words. You gotta say, you do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
Let me tell you something, Red. John Brothers always telling someone something.
I'll tell you right. He comes over here, I'm going to put a fucking bullet in his head. We're doing it my way. You do what you got to do, Mondani. Fucking Mondani. Just stop. Just leave me alone. Let me do it my way. So that's my Bernthal Punisher.
It's pretty good. I was entertained.
Okay. Now, if you take that and you put a little bit more gravel in it and you raise it up just a little bit higher, and then you move your voice to the back of your throat and you don't open your mouths. This is where Wilson Fisk, Vanessa. This is.
He's always fighting himself.
I see that the devil is back in town. Yeah, so that's. I think I might have those 2. Maybe I've been working on them really hard.
That's good. That's good. That's fun.
But anyways, yeah, Bernthal's fucking amazing. It's so good. Jessica Jones season 2. I just did not like her mom.
No.
And the character's bad, and it
slows down.
The problem is just Kilgrave is so perfect.
Yeah,
and they wait way too long to have the visions happen. By the way, spoilers for all these shows. Yeah.
From
so that
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Season 3 comes back though.
So
I
then
season 3 of Jessica Jones.
Season 3 Jessica. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
it comes back. It's to scale.
So then we get Daredevil season 3, which is just still. How are they doing such a good job with it? That entire thing is so good. Also, I like that there's all these great little nods. Fucking Bullseye. Dex is handled so well. My only gripe with that entire season is that towards the end, Bullseye becomes magic. I like that he's just really accurate when he's throwing his knives and shit. But towards the end, when he like takes the rosaries, and he's throwing rosary beads, and it's not about the accuracy, it's that somehow he can throw them as fast as bullets.
Yeah, they become bullets. It's like your arms are still human muscle.
But again, an actor who is so good and
went out for Captain America, ready to the 3rd round of callback.
Wow.
How different would that have been?
Yeah, but he's right on that cusp of what we're talking about.
He's
with
the Ben Barnes
procedural actor.
Yeah.
Where he's like right on the cusp of that.
You've seen Born Again now?
We'll get there. Yeah. So then Punisher season 2, where we talked about it, does make a goddamn sense. Jessica Jones season 3, better because it's more Jessica Jones, but mostly because of Carrie-Anne Moss.
She's so good.
And again, I don't think the Trish and the Hellcat story is that great. The actor who played, I don't know the comic book character they're basing it on. And there's a little bit of crossover. Who is the villain in season 3? The creepy guy who was taking the photos. I know he's based on a character who I think has like multiple personalities.
It's been too many years. I don't remember.
Yeah. He's amazing. And it was a fun like detective whodunit stuff. But the Hellcat stuff was just also, that was my big issue, was that like, what were her powers? Because it's like in the beginning, she catches the phone and like, oh, okay, so it worked and she has some powers. And then we get a montage of her learning how to run up a wall and flip, which is a thing that any human being could just do.
Yeah, we were just watching a person learn.
The montage of her like honing in her powers is just being a gymnast.
Yeah. And it lasts so long. The Hellcat stuff is so long.
If anything, like I would have made it like she's like a little daredevilish where her senses were heightened.
Yeah, Hellcat.
So that way she can like dodge stuff.
Yeah, which the phone implied.
Yeah, and then they never do that. It's just like she learned how to fight, which seems like she could just do anything, but also she can fall, I guess.
Yeah.
She could jump off a building
like
and land on it.
It
doesn't make any sense. It's so... No, it wasn't Nuke. He was trying to say Nuke. That wasn't the villain. I mean, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Sorry. So we did it. We finished it all. I was so excited. We finally got through all of it. Sorry, Iron Fist. And then we jumped into Born Again. It's what, 10 years late? How long was the difference from
season 1 to season 1?
4 seasons.
Yeah.
It's so good. It is.
And what a feat, because they cobbled it together from 2 shows. They'd shot
right
a procedural comedy. They'd shot a Spin City show, and then they used pieces of it in a dark, gritty Daredevil show.
By the way, sorry, before we get there, I need to rewind, because we now just decided we're completionists, and this is now all canon. Well, we already did that. We already watched all that, but we didn't see Echo. Because I was like, oh, well, if Fisk is in Echo
and Daredevil,
I want to know what the connective tissue is. I don't buy the gunshot survival from Hawkeye.
No.
I just wish that one line was better than that. I get it. They grafted it. He's got all the technology, but I'm like, hey, he got shot in the face.
Yeah.
But Echo's really good with a terrible ending.
I love the supporting cast of Echo more than most Disney Plus. Like, that supporting team for Echo was so strong. Like, the cultural
and my favorite part of it was all of the heritage, and each one starting with like a woman through her ancestry.
Yeah, and
it was giving me like badass Assassin's Creed vibes, where it was like, yeah. The problem is the way it all comes together in the final scene is the most unoriginal.
And the show had been so original.
Yeah, the show was super original. It was super fun. I love that it was this like small town. I love that it was Fisk out of place. I loved, like you said, the supporting cast. But then when it comes to her just being like, oh, and then all the ancestors are here fighting, and I do the hand, and I do that. I was like,
Disney magic thing.
It was a scene we've seen in a million other things, which was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so anyways, yeah, Daredevil, man, it's just astounding. Born Again. It is I wonder if the Catholics are upset that the show's called Born Again, because he's not a born again, he's a Catholic. So I think we're mixing our religious metaphors there. But I love that he spends the entire thing in not a suit.
Yeah. And I love that it's Kingpin coming back. Like, it's Wilson Fisk and Matt Murdock becoming Daredevil and Kingpin again.
Yes.
And their parallel stories the whole show.
Right.
Also, and the fact they put that together from another show.
Holy shit. At the end of episode 1, right before the credits rolled, I went, I wonder if this guy's related to James Gandolfini. And then it says,
his kid.
Holy shit, he is just like
he's like Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid, where you're like, well, he's just
a little mini Gandolfini.
Yeah.
But he's so good.
It's so plays.
I want to punch him so bad.
He's so shitty.
But I love there's a lot of fun modern political commentary in that. It's real good. I think I want a little bit more of the trio in the next season, or I know we don't have the trio anymore, but you know what I mean?
That energy.
There was definitely some stuff missing there. Now again, the show was amazing, but it did feel like, just give me the thing that I love.
Especially watching them back to back, you experienced it very differently.
Yeah,
because I had a 10-year gap. I didn't want to revisit in case. I was afraid that Born Again wouldn't be as good, and I love Netflix, so I was afraid to have it fresh.
I think the glaring problem that they're all gonna have, and I hate that I'm this guy, because it's the thing that I hate in people talking about new shows with, because if this is happening, then where is this person? And why is this? And what about this? And that's the problem that they did by being so good at creating a shared universe. Now that we know the universe is shared, sometimes it is sort of like, well, where the fuck? Why don't you call?
I assume Mike Coulter's showing up, and we know.
Well, here's the thing is, not once in all of Born Again does anybody mention the 5 years where a bunch of people weren't around, and we know that that's all canon.
Yeah.
There's no mention of this massive thing. And Alexander's like, well, maybe it's just like, it's not like, if that happened in the real world, there would not be a conversation that didn't bring it up. And so it would be such a staple of human experience.
Yeah.
That would be a part of all of their stories. It would be a part of, what happened to this? And like,
we talk about the pandemic, like,
yes, we talk about the pandemic a lot. And
that's 5 years ago now.
And like,
the show started 6 years ago.
So I definitely think that's where was everybody during the thing is a massive gap.
That's fair.
And there are definitely like, okay, they took a long time explaining how we went from Fisk being like, promise you won't touch Vanessa.
Yeah.
I think that one was better. That was better.
That's pretty good.
I needed to just jump into it.
Yeah,
I tried to go from Bernthal last time.
Yeah.
I tried to blend the two.
You gotta just fucking.
But yeah. Also, my key in is Vanessa, because the way he says
he says the most.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to say that Bernthal is always out of breath as Punisher.
Yes, which is awesome.
He's always. Oh wait, now I'm doing the other guy. Wait. He's always like. fucking never mind. I lost it. But yeah. I don't know. I think that like we ended with this like deal between Daredevil and season 3 where it's like you stay in prison.
Yeah.
And then it starts with him like running for mayor. And we're like, okay, but what? And also, how does that, if this is the same Kingpin from Hawkeye and Echo as we now think it is, or we're supposed to believe it is, like how did he end up there?
That's why we need Secret Wars to like.
So you think that's going to come in and like?
I think the Sony deal they just did with Spider-Man includes Kingpin. I think you could not put Kingpin in a movie before because the licensing was an issue.
Right.
I think this new Spider-Man deal allows for Spider-Man villains to be in MCU movies. So
Okay.
I think Kingpin is going to be a very big thing. And I think both of them are going to be huge going forward.
Right.
Especially with how street level Spider-Man Brand New Day sounds like it is.
Yeah. I mean, all I'm going to say is like, I haven't really been excited about Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Wonder Man is just so goddamn good.
So
and rewatching this reminded me of why I love really good adaptations of a thing that I've been familiar with since I was a child. And I'm going to wrap it up with this very bold statement. If we're looking at it as outings, there are going to be 5 seasons now of Daredevil, 4 seasons. Name a character in the MCU who they've successfully nailed 4 times. I think Daredevil is the single best Marvel adaptation when it comes to just like a consistently successful standpoint. Obviously, you can't count things that we only got once. You can't count a Shang-Chi. Can't count a Moon Knight. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd put Loki in that conversation.
Yeah, but Loki was still in Thor 2.
Yeah, but he wasn't bad.
No, you're right. And that was
he was the best part of. So I would say Loki.
You know what? Loki is probably
I would put him
neck and neck.
But that's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, because even like as much as I love Cap,
First Avengers not as strong as Winter
and
Soldier
I love First Avengers.
Right,
it's amazing, but it's not it doesn't. Daredevil is just as good. Daredevil is just as good as he was when he started.
I think Iron Man is as good in Civil War as he is in Iron Man.
You know what? Iron Man, you're probably right. Where it all started.
Yeah.
Because
and
also,
Iron Man 2, he's good.
I've not seen him in a thing that I did not like. Right. I know a lot of people did not like Iron Man 2 or 3.
I'd say Iron Man, Loki, and
But here's the thing is like, there's arguments to be made by many people who are justified why Iron Man 2 and 3 are bad.
Oh, I think 3 is exceptional.
Same.
I have no...
You and I are on the same page with how underrated that is. It's fucking poetry. It's well written and it's such a great...
I need to rewatch it. I think about it a lot.
But here's the thing: is the point I'm getting at is like, I can't even make those,
generalized.
I was going to say devil's advocate, and I realized, but I can't be a devil's advocate against Daredevil in any of that stuff. Like I think
someone would say that about She-Hulk. Someone, if you want to play devil's advocate,
yeah, okay.
But I don't.
He's so good.
But I don't say that about Iron Man 3 either. So like
all right.
I say Iron Man, Loki, and
but I think the people who hated him in Daredevil are just those people.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry, in She-Hulk either.
I don't disagree with you. The same people that have Echo problems, but yeah, I'd say those 3 are the 3.
I don't know. Defenders is fucking great. I think that they almost, again, I have not seen Shang-Chi 1. I'm sorry, Iron Fist 1.
Iron Fist season 2 is better than 1.
And everybody says 2 is better.
Also, Doug McKinney, I agree with you. Jessica Hennick, I would like to have a word with you, Jake. She is good God. I don't get like adult crushes.
Jessica Henwick wants a word with you, Jake. She's still wanting to play. Who is Jessica Henwick?
From Iron Fist, you haven't met her yet.
Oh, okay. Well, unless I didn't have. Is she his Asian best friend partner who was in Defenders?
Yes.
Because I loved her. Yeah,
she's incredible.
She was amazing.
She's the highlight of Iron Fist. She's also
she was the highlight of Iron Fist in the Defenders.
Yeah. She's the highlight of most things she's in.
Yeah, she was great. And also, by the way,
I just saw her in.
She is, in my opinion, in that same category of people who are like, she's not a procedural actress.
She
in the same way that like, I'm trying to like, I knew there was another person in that show who was like the person who would have got cast as like the young Asian,
the black best friend in Jessica Jones was like such a good procedural actor.
Right.
Like, there are so many of those.
100%.
But Jessica, he was so good.
Yeah, Marquez, is it Martha?
He was fantastic.
He is a procedural actor. His whole look, everything about him.
But he looks like he could be in a great.
Like, who else I didn't mention though that I want to give flowers to because I don't know if there's more in Luke Cage. It's one of the main reasons I really want to maybe give Luke Cage a try again.
Mahershala, dude.
I want more Misty Knight. Oh my God. Misty Knight in Defenders was so fun. And the entire time I was watching it, because I'm watching him in Alexandria, and there's a lot of times where I'm like, okay, this is a character that I'm intimately familiar with because I know what this is. But then there's characters I'm like, I know this character because I'm in the world of comics, but I couldn't tell you much about them. Like the way that we absorb characters from things. And Misty Knight, I was like, okay, I know a little bit about Misty Knight, and I know she's missing that fucking arm. And the entire time, I'm like, oh, are they just not doing that?
Yeah.
Or are we doing like a, Fury Road or a Furiosa thing? And then in the last episode, I was like, because there was a part, at some point, Alexandra was like, what's Misty Knight's like whole thing? And I was like, I don't know, do you want spoilers? She's like, yeah, just tell me. Like, what's like, she's fun, but I feel like, and I was like, yeah, let's just say she's being presented in a way that she's not entirely presented in the books, to my knowledge. She's missing something. And I meant that as in like, she's like, there's something about her character that's missing.
An attribute.
And she jumped right to like, she
like
read a limb? Yeah, exactly.
And not long after.
I didn't say shit. I literally didn't say shit.
The music in Luke Cage is great.
Watch it. Yeah.
The directing is great.
He is so
incredible.
captivating.
Yeah.
In fact, when he popped up,
Mahershala Ali's in the show.
When he popped really before that's amazing and that's an enticing thing. But when he popped up in the Jessica Jones, that's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I hate being the guy that wants more of that. But it's like when they went through the shit they went through in the Defenders, I don't think it would be hard for them to avoid each other from that point on. But especially when like there are murderers who are doing serial killing around, Yeah. But I will say like that's every time he is on screen, I'm just fucking mesmerized.
Yeah.
He is so good in that role. I want him in all like just I'll take another again. I didn't even watch it and I get it. The problem. Give me more Luke Cage, but do a better version of it, or give him a soft I don't know. Do what you did.
You can do anything with Secret Wars.
You can do anything with Secret Wars.
You really can start
over.
Don't
tell our fucking government that.
Well, they don't do things in secret.
You're a good point.
They got to make money. They got to publicize.
Anyways, yeah, man. I think Daredevil might be my favorite. One of, if not my favorite live action Marvel. Like it's just.
I think that's
also everything I wanted as a kid, and like just.
I think that show is.
The entire time we were watching Daredevil, I would be like, Ninja Turtles would be right there. I would be like, that's where they would
I got to be the one that told Vincent D'Onofrio about that. He didn't know that lore.
He didn't know that they're in the same universe.
Because I was explaining it, and he was like,
I think you told us.
Yeah, I was so proud of that. Because then Charlie no, and then like he teamed up with me to explain it. I was like, this is a life moment. I got to tell Kingpin about the turtles.
Everything about
it was so good. I also a little sneak peek for interviews that come up. I'd never met him before. I talked to Drew Goddard this week for Project Hail Mary.
Amazing.
And I am a man of integrity, so 80% of my questions were for Project Hail Mary because I hate when journalists go like, I'm going to do one and then I'm going to make everything about whatever I care about.
Yeah.
I got 3 questions.
Sex crimes.
Project Hail Mary. 4th question. I got an on-the-record comment on a Sinister Six movie that never existed.
Oh, interesting.
First time he's talked about it in 12 years. Like, he does not talk about Sinister Six, but I gave him like my nerd resume. I like explained who I was and like what I got. And he's like, no, I want to talk about this. And like lean forward. And like, I got a quote about Sinister Six from the man who invented the Daredevil show.
That's amazing.
So excited. Like, that's amazing. It was
also,
such a special thing.
He is also working on Sex Criminals as well, right? Am I not mistaken? Or am I making up
I don't
his connection
remember.
to that?
I know Kumail Nanjiani. Is he? I hope so.
I thought I might have seen him tagged in something, and I thought that's what you were going to mention.
He's such a good nerd. No, but Project Hail Mary is his, and he's genius.
Right.
But yeah, well, that is going to do it for this defending episode.
Not entirely, because we still have one defender to name.
A punchable or unpunchable one?
We have to name an unpunchable gift horse for the month of March. Oh, wow. That was really aggressive.
I just had to separate the chapter.
Listen, we're just going to get right to it. If you don't know what this is, where have you been? Go to patreon.com, become a patron. If you're gift horse tier or higher, you get entries into our monthly unpunchable gift horse naming and giveaway. There it goes. It is a spinning. And our 6th anniversary unpunchable gift horse of the month, right on the edge, it is going to go to the one and only Darth Vadad. Congrats to Darth Vadad.
The man, the myth, the legend.
For your daughter's 17th birthday. Well, he said his youngest. I don't know that he specified that it was a young lady.
But 17 years and a gift horse.
Darth Vadad, congrats, and thank you for your continued support of the program. Man. Thanks to all of our gift horses. I think Evans only gets better as Steve, but he starts out great, says Michael McCarstle in the chat. Sorry, that was a delayed reaction to the chat. Patreon.com/Koikast. That's where you get access to the live chat where we can read your stuff on a delay and interrupt our own thought process. It's super fun. It's my favorite part of the live stream.
Cohesive.
I love having the people there to chat with. So if you're listening to this and you go, I have thoughts then please consider joining the Patreon once again. It's completely free to access, and please leave a voicemail.
Also, if you have thoughts and want to lead and guide the conversation, you guys are the co-hosts, and we made a call to arms last time that went ignored. We would love if you would call, because I would love to have subjects to talk about outside of you. I wanted the video to
do that as well. Wait.
Isn't that nice? It adds a little tension and
I want to do
drama.
because you're like top lit. Let's both get real aggressive in the cameras. Real quick.
Call 818-794-0722 or send a voice memo to contact@koicast.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts, your suggestions, your guiding principles of Koicast, because you guys are the co-hosts and we appreciate you.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, Red.
Also, he touches his head all the time.
Lots of touching his head.
Lots of touching.
And he also, have you seen the supercut of like, let me tell you something. I got to tell you something.
No.
I got something to tell you. He's always about to tell.
Right.
Like he announces the telling.
Okay, now listen, shut up. Let me tell you something.
And what's great is in the Odyssey, the character he's playing says, I got to tell you something. I think that's why I got cast.
I got to tell you something.
So except for the Odyssey. All right, well, that is going to do it for this fine episode, this 6th anniversary episode. We're past the halfway decade mark. We have been doing this show long enough that it's in at least first grade. It's crazy. The show's survived many things. We appreciate you for being here for this journey. Please contact koicast.com. Please 818-794-0722. Please free Discord. And please check out the Patreon, because it is how we do this show. We need you guys. Like PBS, we're brought to you by viewers like you. Check out the Patreon, where you get for a mere 5 smackaroos access to hundreds of episodes.
Nope, you're wrong about that. Get your tiers correct. It's 10 smackaroos.
10 smackaroos.
5 gets you access to the stream that we have.
Yes.
And that's your name recognition.
Yes,
one.
That's right. And then 10 smackaroos.
So yeah, sorry, we're a little bit more expensive.
Guys, it is inflation.
We got to keep the lights on.
Inflation. Also, at the end of the day, $10 doesn't get you very far anymore. $10 gets you access, and this is the sell, hundreds of episodes of the Patron Only Pod, wherein Jake and I review art that we have consumed in the weeks prior, and that is at least 6 to 8, sometimes more, but 6 to 8 each reviewed. So we're talking each episode having 6 to 8 times hundreds. We're talking well over 1,000 movie and TV shows reviewed for a mere $10, because you get the entire history and going forward that month. So check out patreon.com/koicast for all of your pop culture needs. Until next time, we'll be back in April for some showers, and then the summer is one of the craziest summers ever. By the time we're back, Daredevil will have been on. I assume we will have had a Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. We will be setting up for a summer of Supergirl. Like, this summer's crazy.
This is a crazy summer, dog.
And then Clayface is out in the fall. We'll probably have a trailer for that soon thereafter. Doomsday's this year. Doesn't feel like it, but it sure is.
Oh, boy.
Spider-Man, Supergirl, Clayface, all that coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you, as always, to Comic Books and to Spidey Cat for existing. Appreciate y'all.
It's Dragon Wagon.